a site that's played host to 2 Super Bowls, and that's Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners are 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Let's go!
From the gun, here's Watson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Hudson. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Let's go! What? Nothing! What? Nothing!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. off of play action. It's Watson trying to lay one up deep. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The first down screen pass, good for 5. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up second down. Second down following the incompletion. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
They run a draw here on second down. Open space inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And coming out now, the Broncos. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Contact. He is knocked down hard at the 38-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. On play action, they'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Looking middle, and that's complete. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here we go now. Green, watching that Marty, 40.
And now they'll run it here off tackle. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So they'll get themselves a little extra time here to think about what to do on 4th down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And no move by Dan Quinn to get the offense off the field. They're staying out there, and they're going for it on 4th. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. He'll drop to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, 1st down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And to give this time to the tailback. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be knocked down sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Joey Bosa in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
All right, here we go. Blue landing. Blue landing.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. On third down, it's Walker, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Brian Anger now, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here we go now.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup. And get set as we resume action. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. They'll set up to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A big loss there of 9 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? And he'll give it here to his running back. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. An NFL update there in the 2nd quarter in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hernandez. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They're going to look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. produce an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
The Broncos on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Simmons. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
After review of the play, the moving on the field stands.
Here we go.
Now they try the right side here. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. But winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game. But when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, of one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This will be caught at about the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Now a handoff looking right. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are... just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Come on, let's go.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They go play action here on first down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even. It's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Broncos defense getting ready to go. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. Skirts by him at the 35. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 55 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
Just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 23 yards on the play. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Partner, I know the ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bucs have just about wrapped up the victory. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Elsewhere, fourth quarter score now from Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
2nd down following the run.
Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The Bucs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Buccaneers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Denver, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.